Alright guys, so this video originally was just going to be me replacing a window motor, but I managed to figure something out that's really cool. I figured out how to swap a gear from a GM/GMC Chevy window motor, which cost me about $20, into a BMW motor by replacing this gear. This gear on mine was all jacked up, and this is what I had to replace. So stay tuned, watch and see what happens. I promise I'll get there, and you'll get to see exactly how you can do this and save yourself some money. I managed to save about $300 by doing this, so enjoy. Window worship. Yeah. Thanks for watching the Daily Drift. So this is what happens when I hit the power to the window. It goes down, but it won't go up. And it was making this really horrible grinding sound. I don't know why it's not doing that now. I'm gonna see. It's weird because I think I have the door open. Let me close it. Oh. There's the sound. Okay, let's try that again. Woo, you hear that? That's going up, but watch going down. No problem going down. So, I don't know if the motor is actually burned out, or if it's something with the track, or maybe one of those little things that secure the track in line wore out. I don't know, but I don't want to have to buy a new motor if I don't have to, because they're like $200 for a freaking window motor. Like, a window motor for my Silverado is $30. Like, why is it so expensive? It's made by the same exact company. It's literally just a window motor. I don't know. I'm gonna get in here, tear off this door panel, and figure out if I can fix this thing, or if I need a new one, or if I can even retrofit a Silverado one into a BMW. I don't know. We're gonna get into it and find out. So first I'm gonna start by just trying to loosen up this thing. Alright. Got that out. So you can see there, it's got this little thing. It just needs to be popped out. It's not too difficult. There's two of them, so we'll pop them both out. So if you look in there, there's two little screws. And for me, they look to be a T20. And so we're just gonna unscrew those real quick. Yep, definitely a T20. There's gotta be something under here. Like, oh. Oh no. Okay. I think I broke a couple plastic clips in the process. Yep. Okay, so this thing's definitely been done before. Look at this. Got duct tape back here. What idiot put duct tape on the damn door panel? So this thing's obviously been done before, so maybe it just wasn't done properly. Yeah, it's highly possible, especially looking at this. So the next thing, I'm just gonna disconnect all of my speaker wires. Alright, so I'm gonna see if I can see what's happening here. Something's binding, but where? Alright, not sure exactly where it's binding at. It's definitely binding somewhere. And I wonder if it's off track. So it looks like on here we got the 3 bolts here that are holding the actual assembly that moves the thing up and down. Not very technical here, but you know what I'm saying. So this piece here, which is like $20 on Amazon, which I hope is the problem, we're gonna take this off and investigate and see if it's damaged or anything, because the motor sounds like it wants to work, and it just sounds like it's binding somewhere. So I'm gonna pop this off and see if I can see what's going on, see if I get it to work off the car, and then if I can, we'll fix it and put it back. So let's do it. Okay, so I think that I figured out what the deal is. We got these 3 bolts here, which obviously this thing's been replaced before. So what I want to do is I want to get these arms out, the assembly that moves the window up and down, so I can separate the motor from that and determine whether or not this is the actual problem or if it's the motor. The motor sounds like it's working, but it's binding, and I think it's binding on these. So we're going to pull this assembly, see if we can get it to work outside the car, and then if we can, then we'll try to figure out what is not working so we're not going and buying parts that we don't need. But ultimately, I just need my window up because I don't want to get rain inside the car. So, let's do it. So those are all loose. I was looking all over for my tool. If any of you guys saw my Duramax video, you know what this is. This tool is a freaking lifesaver when it comes to getting into really tight areas. It looks stupid, but it freaking works, because I could not get a socket back here, but this thing fits. And all you need is a T30, and I was able to get this in there. And it's a ratchet, so I can use just like any bit. And I have this nice little like bit set, and it's just got a whole bunch of different sizes, so I can use it with this wrench. And this thing is like, I think it's like $5 or $6, but man, I can't tell you how many times I've had to use this thing and how well it's helped in like tight situations. Like just like this one, like there's no other way I would have been able to get this, especially because it's one of these little star keys. Like they're a pain in the butt. Boom. Super easy. So I'll put a link for one of these in the description, because these things really are awesome and I've used them all the time. Okay, so if you look down there, you can see where there's that little clip. There's two of them. There's one there, and then there's one back there somewhere, which is going to be kind of hard to get to. I'm just going to basically go in there with like a screwdriver and try to pop that sucker off. So I'm just going to take my screwdriver and try to pop that off. There we go. Almost got it. There it goes. All right, so after more time riding on the struggle bus, I finally got this thing up. Like, I've never had a window get this stuck, but now I can kind of get access to this clip because it's back here. And the only reason I didn't roll it up halfway was because, well, you saw it was broken. It wouldn't go up at all. So I'm gonna try using one of these little picks here. I think this might come in and do the trick. Oh man, that worked like a freaking charm. So get one of these. It's literally just a pick, but it's got this nice little hook in. That worked so well. Holy crap. Ow. Okay, so, damn. Okay, we got it out. I'm gonna lower the window slowly. Actually, it's stuck. Maybe there's something in the track that's preventing this thing from moving smooth, because that's, like, I don't even have to hold it up and it's just stuck there. That's interesting. But anyway, I want to see what happens when I hook it up. So I'm going to hook it up to power, and then we'll see if this thing will spin. Okay, here we go. Let's see if it works. Like, this arm isn't even moving. I'm going to take the motor off, because maybe that's the issue. I don't know. It's weird. It might be cooked, but we'll see. So I guess now I'm just going to take this thing and tear it apart. To get the motor separated, it's just these three little bolts here. They look like, yep, they're T30s. So we'll remove those three. This one's gonna be a pain because it's under here and I can't get it to move. So I'm gonna have to try to force it and see if we can fix that. But also I need to figure out why my window's stuck like this without a motor in there. That's really weird. It shouldn't be doing that. So maybe there's something wrong with the track, and that may have prematurely worn this out. So we'll take a look. Well guys, after a very long time trying to get this thing separated, I can't brain today. I just got the dumb. But I'm trying to make this thing work, and I'm trying to get this thing to move, but it's binding so hard that like the gear inside the motor is not spinning. Like, I can't get it to do it with the power from the car. I've tried even just manually beating this thing with a hammer. I know it's not the most best way to do it, but you know, hey, it's what we tried and it didn't work. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna call this one junk, because I looked and you can see it's got a remanufacture date. So this is a remanufactured one. It's not official BMW, so that could be part of why it went out. That could be why it's bent. That could be why, a whole bunch of problems. So I'm gonna go and see what I can find online and see if I can find any kind of deals for some BMW ones, because yeah, this one's just cooked and I need one like today. So guys, I just looked up the price point of a new window motor for this thing, and it's like $200. Now, the other option is I go to a junkyard, which is kind of hit or miss. We may or may not find anything. Or I could try to crack this thing open and see what I can find, because I just don't want to spend $200 for a stupid window motor. And I can get a replacement, one of these regulators, for like $30. I'm going to see if I can just get this damn thing off and see if we get this motor to free up and spin and see what's causing the problem. So we're just going to grind it out. There we go. ridiculous. Well, just remember guys, when in doubt, grind it out. Now I should be able to get this little sucker out of here. I think in the best case, we can at least get this off and see if the motor's okay. Or we can tear it apart and see if it's actually destroyed. And if it is, oh well, then, you know, then we just did this for nothing. But at least now, we can take this sucker. I'm gonna go hook it up, see if it turns on, see if it moves the way that it's supposed to. And if not, then we're gonna crack this puppy open and see what we find inside. All right, so here we go. It seems to be working. So, oh, it just stopped. So occasionally it just cuts out. It's like, it won't go any further, but now if I go back far enough and then go forward, and then it gets stuck. So we're gonna pop this sucker open and see what we find inside. So these are T10 screws. We're just gonna pop these little suckers off and see what we find inside here. Oh, okay, I see the problem, I think. So if you look here, you can see where these teeth are all messed up. They're literally, there's a gouge in the teeth. So if you look, you can see where it's all, there you go, that shows it. It's gouged just in that one spot, and then the rest is semi-okay, but like there's little chunks of plastic in there. So this is like pieces of this plastic wheel. So if I could find a good plastic wheel, I could literally replace this and fix the entire problem. So that spot right there where it's damaged, that is what's causing the whole problem. And it's just because it's this cheap plastic wheel. So it would be fixable if I could get another one of these. So maybe what we'll do is we'll have to do like a junkyard. Go look around in some junkyards. But that's what's causing the problem right there, that little cheap piece of plastic. Because the motor itself is working fine, but it doesn't have anything to catch on. So that's really the issue, is this wheel. So I'm gonna go and look and see if I can find any like in a junkyard around here and see if I can get another motor that way. Because I'm not paying $200 for some piece of shit like this. Okay guys, so here's my idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, and I might be out like 30 bucks, but I get this cheap, shitty, like it's a China cheap ass window motor that was for my truck, but I didn't use it. It's an old one. Just looking at these two together, you can see that it looks like the wheel may or may not be the same size. So if it is, this might work. I could tear it apart and possibly use the wheel that's in here and here. So I'm gonna break this freaking thing because it doesn't have a screw or a way to pop it out. And we'll see if we get this wheel out and see what it looks like. Look at that. It does have a wheel. It looks a little bit different in design though. This has a little seat clamp on it. I feel like this thing was designed to be a pain in the dick. There we go. There goes that one. So this is a slightly different design, but we'll see if we can make it work. I don't want to screw up any of the teeth if I don't have to. This thing's held in here. Now, there we go. Okay. So now we got this little sucker out. We'll see the difference between the two discs. It looks like as if the discs themselves are similar, but this one's a little bit thinner. It looks like one's a little bit thicker than the other, but the actual grooves look to be about the same. It's the height of it that's different, and I don't know if that's going to be a big factor or not. But we're just going to try it. We'll see. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. It's got this little gasket here. We're just going to slide it in place of where the other one was. It should pop in there. Yeah. Alright, so the other one used these little, like, I don't know what you'd call these things, but they're like little rubber gaskets. Well, the one from BMW has something similar. So we're going to just slide that over it, right? And then this is supposed to have a little C-clip, but mine went flying and I can't seem to find it. So I'm going to just pop that in there. And then this piece should just go on top. Should be something like this. There we go. Alright, so that's on there. So I just gotta locate a C-clip for this, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so I realized that this piece here, this was originally pressed into there and there wasn't a C-clip. You can see that there should be, like there's a ring around here where a C-clip would go. So the one that was on here was a different size and I lost it somewhere amongst all of this on the floor. I don't know. So I don't know where it is, but this is gonna set up against this and there's really no way for this to fall out because it's gonna be secured with some bolts right here. So we're just gonna pop this on here. We're gonna go hook it up and see if we can get it to move properly. So let's do it. Alright, so all I'm gonna do is just try to get this thing back into the location it originally was. If I can remember which way this went. Alright, so we'll do it like this. There we go. I'm trying to be careful because there's some pretty sharp metal here where I ground out this thing. Don't want to cut myself. This little guy in there, this little guy. Alright, so let's go hook this up and see if it'll turn on at all and if it'll work. Alright, time to see if all this work was in vain or if it's actually going to work. I hope so, because this would save me a lot of money, because these things are not cheap. But we will soon find out. Alright, here we go, moment of truth. Let's see what happens. I'm going to turn this sucker on as soon as I can find my keys. Always losing shit. Got it. Okay, we got power. Here we go, let's see what happens. I'm gonna make sure my hands are not anywhere where I'm gonna get pinched. Let's see what happens. Oh, hey, look at this. Uh-oh, I might have went too far maybe. There we go, yeah, I just went too far. But it's working, look at this, ready? No problems. That's insane, like. So there's the trick. So guys, if you're wanting to do this, like, it does work. And all I did is I just took the wheel, literally that piece was for a 2001 Silverado window motor. I think I paid like $25. I broke it apart and took the wheel out and put it in here. I mean, obviously you're gonna wanna make sure that that's what's wrong with yours, but like, it works. So I'm gonna hook this up, put everything back together, and then see if the window will go up and down once it's under a load. And I don't see why it wouldn't. I'm ecstatic. I can't believe this actually worked. I just saved myself like $300. Holy crap. Like, that's so freaking awesome. So guys, don't always just throw shit out assuming you can't fix it, because I think I just fixed this thing for like so much cheaper than what it would have cost. This is awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna get to work and I'm gonna put this thing back together. But before I do, I'm gonna take some cleaner and I'm gonna clean out all these grooves and I'm gonna put new grease in there. I'm just gonna use some like white lithium just to lube it up so that way there's no like real friction problems. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. Alright, so we'll just spray this out real quick. I'm just using brake cleaner. I don't know if this is necessarily the right way to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Don't breathe this shit in. Woo. So once it evaporates, we're just gonna use some of this white lithium and should be pretty good. Okay, so you can see I got them all nice and greased up. I even greased up inside here as well. So now it should move a little bit smoother. So now I'm just gonna put everything back together. So now it's just a matter of popping these things in here and getting the clips in. Fuck. This is a pain in the dick. Oh, there we go. Holy shit. Pain in the asshole. Aha. This thing is a pain, but I'm getting there. I finally got this little sucker in there because it was just not lining up. The little clip moved on me. It's definitely not the easiest window motor I've ever done, but it's still not that bad. Pretty solid. I think everything's on there. Let's just check to make sure this thing works. So this is the test that we're going to use to see if we actually fix our BMW window motor with the Silverado window motor, or a Chevy or GM or any of those like really cheap ones that were like 20 bucks. So let's see if it works. I mean, I would say that that's pretty successful. Wow, can't believe that actually works. Well, there you have it, guys, it works. So you can fix these things. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but for right now, I have a window again, and it cost me $20 for the window motor that I tore up to get that wheel out. You may even be able to find a replacement wheel somewhere. So it might be worth looking into. So I'm gonna put everything back on and I'll be right back. Well, it's in there, I guess, but Jesus. This door's all beat to shit. I'm gonna definitely have to replace this. So guys, after like a crap load of struggling with this damn door panel, I finally got it all together. And you can see we got everything on there. It's all nice and tidy. I did break a few plastic clips because I wasn't very careful popping it off. This was already missing, not a big deal. But everything else, it's okay, and it all works. So yeah, guys, I'm ecstatic. I managed to fix this thing and save myself about $300 because that's about the going rate for getting a new window motor. So sometimes you can just fix what you have instead of always buying new shit, which is something that I could definitely learn because I have a bad habit of just wanting to go and just buy it, have it done. But I just fixed this for next to nothing. Can't guarantee how long it's gonna last, but using the Silverado window motor gear in the BMW motor actually worked for my situation. It might work for you, it might not, but it's worth a shot for $20. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope that you know, you can learn a little bit from my struggles and maybe I can actually help somebody out. But guys, that's about all I'm gonna get done with the BMW today. Coming soon, I've got a few other things that we got planned. The Miata is currently being tuned. We should be getting that back pretty shortly. And then after we get the Miata back, I still got to finish work on the RX-7. I got to get the cats done, and we got to figure out what's up with the lights. And then we can finally go get that thing tested to see if we can make it street legal. And yeah, we're just going to keep rolling forward. So I'm in school full time right now. So, you know, my goal is 2 videos a week. So look forward to that. And I'll catch you all in the next one. I want to introduce you all to my friend Dale. Hey everybody, my name's Dale and I'm a really crazy guy and I really like doing fun things and I'm always doing fun stuff and I like moving my hands really fast because that's just what I like to do. Dale, tell us a little bit about yourself. One second, I just need to... Oh, yeah, that's better. Yeah.